Did you have a role model? And who was that role model in your life? And how did they inspire you? Most of the times we choose our role models while we're still young. Most of the times it happens to be our closest relatives. And because of that, I thought I didn't have a role model. I had all these ideas, beliefs, judgments, decision and conclusion about what a role model is like. And I actually didn't realize that I did had a role model. I was inspired in a way. Most of the times we have two options. We either get inspired by someone, by what they are and how they are and what they have, and we choose to have that as well or be that. And we could also be inspired by someone that we don't really like what they're doing and what's about their life and all that stuff, but we can still choose not to go on that path. Well, that was my case. Sadly, but true. My dad used to be a very highly consumer of alcohol. And because of that, plus the diet, eating fats, sweets, and all that stuff, he became overweighted. And then diabetes, and then high blood pressure because of all these things that he was putting into his body. Led to all those stuff that destroy his body even more. He passed away last year while sleeping because of a vein exploded in his head. On the other hand, my mom, a highly consumer of sodas and sparkling water, she hardly drinks still water, led her into having some cardiovascular problems, and then tooth decay, and then pain in the body, fast aging. Now she's addicted to painkillers because of the pain in the body. Have you ever had a situation where you had a loved one that was slowly destroying their bodies and their life, and you just had to watch that? It's not easy. It's heartbreaking to see how they are choosing that and destroying their life and their body without even realizing. I could go on with different examples. Let's take, for example, smoking. One of my neighbors, when I was a little girl as well, I could see him, how he was slowly destroying his body as well. Like his condition was aging faster. He couldn't stand up. He was always squatting down when he was smoking, and he died very early. I was still young, and his wife is still alive today. Can you imagine how some choices that we make can impact the quality and the duration of our life? What would we choose? Thank God I was inspired not to take those paths. I was inspired to do the opposite of that. I was never into alcohol. I never liked the taste or the feeling. I did try because my dad was forcing us to drink a glass of wine, and because of that I hate it. I was never interested in sodas because it did bother me, like that fizziness in the mouth. It just didn't go well with me. Not to mention smoking. Like I've never understood how people can choose to smoke. Seeing this old man with his hands yellow, his tooth yellow, the breath and the clothes smelling tobacco. I just didn't like that. I was like, why would I choose that? And slowly I translated into even more healthier habits, like exercising, increasing the amount of water that I was drinking daily, then becoming vegan 6 years ago, and something even more extraordinary last year when I chose to invite in my life a Japanese technology which literally blew my mind away. It went way beyond my expectation. I knew it was good, but I didn't know how good it is. So I'm grateful that I didn't allow my environment to change the path of my life, and chose to be inspired into a way that will be good for my health, for my well-being in this case, and not be choosing to follow a path that wouldn't have been good for me. Now let me ask you once again, what was your role model inspiring you to or not to? And how did that change your life?